Today, I'm going to show you one of my secret techniques for adding texture to your projects. That's coming up. Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Reach. This is Weaver Leather Supply. Today, I'm going to be sharing one of my secret techniques for adding texture to your projects. Now, in full transparency and full fairness, it's pretty hard to come up with a brand new technique that nobody else has done before. So it's totally possible that this is a technique that other people have done. It's possible that this is a technique other people are using. I'm just not aware of it. I came up with it about a year ago, and I love the results that I get from it, and I wanted to share it with you. So what does it look like and how does it work? Well, if you take a look at this knife, and we'll put it up full screen so you can get a good look at it. This is a knife that I did about a year ago, and the only thing that I kept from the original knife was the metal blade itself. Everything else got replaced. If you look at the strap, that goes around my calf, so this is kind of like a boot knife. But that strap, if you look at the texture on it, you can see some really cool color variation in there. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So to show you this technique, we're going to be using one of my personal projects. Some of you know that me and my family, we like to do Renaissance festivals and medieval combat and that kind of thing. In fact, this right here is me in my orc kit getting on the nice list with Santa Claus. And that kit needs a new belt to hold my scabbard in place. My scabbard's on my back, and I want a nicer, more authentic belt to the character. So I'm going to be replacing that brown one that runs across my chest. And we're going to use that to show this technique. I've already completed part of the project. I've strapped out the belt, I've cut it in, and I'm going to be using this stamp right here to texture inside that tooling window. I'm just going to go from one end of the belt to the other. Once that's done, I'm going to dye the entire thing black, front and back. After it's dyed, I'm going to go ahead and seal the whole thing. I'm going to be using Tan Coat. You can use whatever your favorite sealer is. It really doesn't make a difference. So as I'm dyeing the project, there's something that I want to mention, and that is dye obviously soaks into the leather better than paint will. Paint tends to sit on top. So when we use this technique on dye, it's going to be a lot more subtle than when you use it on paint. It's going to be a lot more vibrant and obvious on paint than on dye. But I'll show you what I mean by that a little later in the video. So here's where the secret technique comes in. Once that sealer has dried, I'm going to go back over the top of it with a medium grit sandpaper. And I'm just going to lightly sand over the top. Those high points in that texture are what's going to get sanded, and the lower spots aren't going to get touched. So you're going to get a color variation, and you're going to get a finish variation. It's going to be more matte on the parts that get sanded, and it's going to be glossy in those recessed areas. Now, something I want to mention here is that dye takes a little bit more sanding than paint does. Paint lifts off real easy with sandpaper. The other thing that I want to mention is if you've got a really small area and you really want to maintain the finish on the surrounding areas, you're going to want to be a lot more precise than what I'm being right here. I'm allowing the sandpaper to hit those borders, whereas if you didn't want those to be affected, you really want to get a small piece and just go in with a couple of fingers and have sandpaper right there on the end so that you can be very precise with this technique. So I want to add the shine back to those borders. To do that, I'm going to go back in, I'm going to re-dye the outside borders, then I'm going to seal them again with tan coat. Now, if you want even more of the shine and really restore that finish, you might want to go back with some paint and paint over the top of it, which is what I'm going to do here because I couldn't get as much of a finished look on those borders as I wanted. So I just painted back over it. So I mentioned that dye is going to give you a much more subtle result than paint does. The belt that I showed you, the knife with the belt on it, that was done with paint, where the one we just did was done with dye. So Mr. Video Editor, if you'll put up two side-by-sides, a screenshot of the belt we just finished and the knife on the other side, you can really see in this side-by-side shot how much more vibrant the one done with paint is than the one done with dye. And really, neither one of them are right or wrong. It just depends on the look that you're going for and what's right for the project. So that's it for the secret texture technique. And, I'll leave it up to you to judge whether it's brand new or whether I discovered something that's already been available for a very long time. But either way, that's going to do it for this video. I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, go make something amazing.